majority of the instructional designers and majority of the e-learning developers make that mistake.
Hello everyone, I'm so excited to share an incredible progress of one of my mentees in instructional design and e-learning development. Samantha Morris. She's a preschool teacher. She showed her interest wanting to be an instructional designer. She reached out to me and asked me if I could help her. After two sessions, she was asked to develop an e-learning course. And her topic was Bloom's Taxonomy. She can use Articulate Storyline 360. And she has to come up with 2 knowledge checks and 2 objectives. Now, remember, before these 2 sessions, she had no idea about instructional design and e-learning development or e-learning whatsoever. Let's see how she performed.
Breaking down Bloom's taxonomy. By the end of this course, you will be able to identify the different levels of Bloom's taxonomy. You will also be able to develop students' critical thinking skills by using Bloom's descriptive verbs to write lesson objectives. Bloom's taxonomy is a tool that helps teachers and students create and organize learning objectives. Bloom's taxonomy promotes the growth of higher and more active forms of thinking in our students by using skills such as analyzing and evaluating, rather than just memorizing facts. Here you can see the levels of Bloom's taxonomy. Remember, understand, apply, analyze, evaluate, and create. The levels at the bottom of this pyramid are more simple skills, and as you go up the pyramid, these skills get more complex and grow to the higher order thinking skills.
Okay, so then I just did a few questions here. Do you want to see those? Okay. So this one is a drag and drop. So drag and drop each word to its appropriate level. And then I did a little question mark in case you needed like hints. So this has all the verbs that are associated with the levels. And then I kind of did this so that if it goes to the wrong one, it will just bounce back. So it's kind of, I guess, easy to just put it to the right one.
Okay.
And then, okay, so then which of the examples below shows an effective use of Bloom's taxonomy? So I have a science teacher asks his students to read definitions at the beginning of class before they can conduct an experiment. Or in a lifeguard certification class, the teacher has students watch videos, memorize protocol, and take a quiz before they can begin practicing for possible scenarios. So that one. And then just a true or false, Bloom's taxonomy helps teachers to select action verbs to create lesson objectives throughout the planning process. And then you can review the quiz. Well, I thought I had a button to go back to the beginning. Oh yeah, just restarts. So that's it.
Perfect. That's it. I think overall effort was mind-blowing. I really like the colors that you have put it into it, and the color combinations that you used to define what's going on. I really like it. I really want to learn more about it because it was so synchronized, and this time I can hear it. It's not a robotic voice, so it's your voice, the human voice, so I feel engaged myself. And overall, it was a very nice effort. There were 2 or 3 things that I have noticed in this project that I want to share with you.
Okay.
Can you close this?
Yes.
Can you show me the first slide of yours? So yes, step 1, text. So you will be able to identify different levels of Bloom taxonomy. Okay. So are we going to identify different levels of Bloom taxonomy? Exactly. Yes, this is what we did. You will be able to develop students' critical thinking skills by using Bloom's descriptive verbs to write lesson objectives. Now, this particular sentence is like, when you are explaining and when you are coming up with the objectives, we need to make it very simple for the learners to understand what's going to happen in the entire course. Like,
Okay.
think of this slide as a course preview, right? People can get it and they're like, oh yeah, I want to take this course, right? So if you change that a little bit and make it more simpler, would be perfect. And you don't have to write, you will be able to twice. All you have to do is you will start with, you will be able to colon and then start with the words, the same thing that you are explaining in the course, right? To start with develop, identify, or whatever verb that you want to use, depending on which level of the course that you are developing. I think that would be one of the best things. Make it simple, easiest, make it simple and make it easy for everyone to understand. Like, think of me as a layman who doesn't have any idea about Bloom's taxonomy whatsoever, right? Whenever I see this particular course, I will have, oh yeah, this is what I'm going to learn in this one. And then let's say that if you have 2 objectives, or let's say if you have 3 objectives, you need to make sure that you are covering 2 objectives. Not only that, but you are also evaluating my knowledge on 2 objectives as well.
Okay.
So for example, identify the different levels of the Bloom taxonomy. You have to evaluate me on that. And then you will be evaluating me on develop student critical thinking skills by using Bloom taxonomy. So there will be 2 knowledge-based assessments.
Okay.
Right? Because this way, and then I would rather, one more thing, when you are, and this is how we do it, like the way we do it is in a sense like, first we talk about the objectives and then we will break down our objective into different sections. So for example, this objective, I will be covering this thing up till knowledge check. Now, go back to this particular objective slide. Let's cover the another one. Now,
Okay.
this is just a suggestion, like again, but because we think this is the best way, because this way we can evaluate them based on each objective that we have listed down in our course objective slide, and kind of give us the assurance in terms of, okay, this particular objective is complete. Now let's move on to another objective, right?
Okay.
So we normally evaluate learners based on each objectives.
Okay. So that would be like different sections.
Exactly. So in Storyline, what you will do is you will create different scenes based on each objective. And then once that particular, let's say the last slide of that particular scene is knowledge check, right? Or the assessment or whatever question that you want to put in. Once you will put in that particular question, it will go back to the main scene, and then you will be able to click on these 2 objectives, either objectives, and it will take you to another scene.
Okay.
So yeah, but I think overall it's a wonderful effort. I really like your content. If you go, okay, so if you go down a little bit, like 1.4.
This one?
Yeah, this one. I really like the colorings that you did. One thing that I have noticed, so how did you record this? Like, did you write the script first and then you start reading that script, or you just record it by yourself, like without writing anything?
So I kind of had it written all on here, and then I would just go by this. So I was like reading this.
I cannot see anything.
Oh, sorry, I'm sharing the different screen. I had it written on the storyboard, and then I was reading that.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, we will talk about the storyboard later on. You know, you can show me the storyboard later on. If you go down a little bit, like 1.6.
Okay, so I had 2 things here. This one.
Yes. So yeah, this one. So if you see the text that you have written some of the colors are like very light, right? If they are very light, I can see the contrast with the black, right? But you see the purple one, the remember,
too dark.
it's very difficult for me to see it. It's too dark, and then you have a dark font as well. So you need to change that. Let's analyze, name, describe, list, and these are the words, right? That you should be writing in your objectives.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
So I think you need to mention somewhere like on top of the slide saying verbs, or verbs needs to be, you need to start with these words or something like that, like a heading or something. So it will give me like, yeah, I can hear it, but I also want to see it. Okay. So can you explain what's going on in this particular question? Like what was the, like, I need more context on this question.
Okay, so I actually had my boyfriend take the course and he knows nothing about this, and this was the question he got wrong, so maybe it's not worded good. So I was trying to show that like the lifeguard teacher was building up more practice before, I guess, moving them into action learning. And then the science teacher, like a simple like definitions and then that's it. Like they weren't doing the whole learning process.
Okay. So now this question is not confusing. Actually, this question is a classic example of Bloom's taxonomy. Now, when you say identify or when you say describe, you kind of telling them that you are on level 1, which is remember, right? Now, the question that you have asked is not a level 1 question.
Okay.
You are asking someone to apply the knowledge that you had given in the course, and you are evaluating them based on that. So you see the difference. There's a difference going on. So
yeah.
The course that you have created helps me to remember or identify what Bloom's taxonomy is. But I am not on that particular stage where I can apply Bloom's taxonomy in my real life.
Okay.
Right? So this particular question will be difficult for me to understand and to give you answer on that. And that's the same reason that majority of the instructional designers and majority of the e-learning developers make that mistake. But I think it's a good learning experience because, and this is what I have learned over the years, like whenever you are asking questions, make sure that you are not going above the level or you are not going below the level. Like if you are creating your course on level 1, right, make sure you evaluate that particular learner on level 1, not level 2, level 3, or level 4. So that's why it gets confusing.
Yeah. Okay, so change this question. And then I had this one.
So this one, I think this one is a perfect example. Like you explain to me where create will come or where apply will come, and now you are assessing me based on my memorization or recall, like whether I gain that information because that particular information was already in there, right, in your e-learning course. So now I can get that information. Now I can evaluate myself, or now you can evaluate me based on what information you have provided me.
Okay.
Welcome back. I hope you enjoyed the video. I am also conducting training sessions on Articulate Storyline as well. For more details, please click the website link below and let me know if you have any questions or if you need some clarifications on that. Thank you so much.